Hello, and welcome to CLEA'S World. I am Clea, and today I would like to share with you more of the information I've received from the 25th dimension during my last BQH hypnosis session. I'll be reading from a transcript, and when I refer to Lorrayne, I'm speaking of my practitioner who's asking me questions I've prepared in advance of the session, unless she states otherwise. And when I refer to me, I'm speaking on myself under hypnosis, which means that the answers are coming from a 25th dimension. I'm going to start reading here, but before I jump in, I wanted to thank you, as always, for subscribing to my channel and for liking and commenting. I really appreciate that. It does make a difference, not only, but I do want to see where everybody's at. I love reading the comments, and I respond to all of them, so we'd love to hear from you. All right, I'm going to start reading here. Lorrayne. Oh, and before I move forward, I do want to tell you, so this next part of the transcript has to do with what I normally divide my questions in sections. And this is the section that I have called personal questions. So there are plenty of questions I don't share with you, or answers from 25th I don't share with you because they're completely irrelevant to anyone but myself. But when I do share a question and answer from this section, it means that even though I was asking about a specific thing that relates to me, they answered in a way that has universal value. And therefore, that's why I share these things with you, because they just, they teach me so much. And I realize there is more than just me who might be dealing with these things. So I hope you do enjoy these as well. And please do let me know below. And also, as usual, feel free to add your questions, because I have these sessions regularly, and I'm always happy to ask questions for you. All right, so Lorrayne. Clea says she doesn't want to deal with any more physical and energetic nonsense before she leaves. You said that her higher self had made the decision to not allow any more low vibe stuff into her life. Is this still true? And why is she still getting, heartburn and acid reflux? So this is new. I have not had issues with acid reflux before. Heartburn is a once, maybe every 3 years thing for me, if even. And all of a sudden, every day, I could barely eat. And this, it's getting better now, but I had several days when this was an issue. And we're talking about last week. And it stopped last week. And today's the 16th of August, and it had been going on probably for 10 days to 2 weeks. I don't know if the energy was, I basically didn't know what it was. So that's why I asked 25th. So let's hear what I have to say. Me. Yeah. So first of all, Clea has learned to calibrate very, very quickly. So yes, not only we are protecting, as we've mentioned, we're protecting her space, but her channel and all of that from low vibrational energy. Her space and her channel, my transcript for some reason. It's acting strange. Okay. But she's doing this herself. She now very quickly remembers she's in charge and changes outcomes, changes things very, very quickly. She has now become consciously aware of the fact that she's dictating her reality. So she recovers herself very quickly when she gets into, she starts spinning like we do on this planet, in terms of scarcity mentality or whatever there might be. And so a lot of the low vibration behaviors don't really happen around her very much. And when they do, they very quickly dissolve, get resolved on their own, really. And so that's not a problem. Now we smile because she's referring to this new thing, again, the heartburn, et cetera, et cetera. The fact is, so much energy is being cleared that she really should be fasting from now until we leave. And they were laughing. It says, I don't have a timeline. I don't know that I'm just not gonna eat until we leave, but that's a different story. And that would be the best solution for her, because it's not even about the food. It's about the fact that through this food, she's trying to ground herself, but she doesn't need to ground like this anymore. Not only while she thinks that she wants to ground, she's actually wishing, which is what she really wants. And she's aware of it as we're saying this. She wants to be on your earth. And so she wants to be in that fluid reality, in that instant manifestation reality. But meanwhile, she's trying to ground. This is why she's having the heartburn, because she's actually going against where her energy is. And so she introduces these codes. They're very grounding, very low vibrational. Again, low vibrational as in grounding, as in slow. And they don't agree with her because her energy is not there anymore. Her energy is not here on this planet. And so that's where the heartburn is coming from. So hopefully this is of help to you. They've told me before I had this weird symptom that happened as I was in leaving Thailand and leaving my ex-husband at the time. It was like about maybe 6 years ago. And I would eat sometimes and I would feel like I was drowning, not choking, not like suffocating, but I was drowning, which clearly I wasn't drinking. I was having like normal food. And they've told me before when I've asked about this, that this was due to a mismatch of energy. Because if I, or in this case, anybody, if we are thinking about something, focused on something, and then we introduce these codes, there is this clash and they didn't go together. So that's why I wanted to share this. So if you're having any issues with digestion or anything like that, just consider where your energy, your real attention might be, because I know for a fact they didn't even have to tell me. I know I want to be on New Earth. I think about New Earth all the time. I'm not saying that I'm like, I'm not enjoying what I'm doing now. I'm fine. But at the same time, I'm getting all these dreams of New Earth. So I'm like, okay, but I want to be there. We're done. We're done with this game. So it's like getting old here. So that's what I mean. All right. Lorrayne. Excuse me. I've been feeling this energetic myself. And the other day said, you need to fast. And I think she means her higher self. When she connected, she was told that you need to fast, because it just felt like we're transmuting so much energy, and there's something about the fasting, and you just clarified it. Thank you. Me. Well, it's not just the fasting, it's really that food. We're transitioning to a place where we won't need to eat anymore. So this is what the transition looks like. We're still trying to weigh our bodies down with food because we want to be here. And food has always been such a major code for us to keep this reality in place. But we don't want to do this anymore, do we? We just do it out of habit, or as an emotional comfort, or as a feeling of familiarity because we're still here. But we don't want to be here. And so we can be, already we've said, energy has changed. The rules have changed here. This is another rule. You don't really need food, or not as much as you did before. You could go on long periods of time without eating. Lorrayne, thank you. Claire would like to know why she had no dreams or recollection of dreams for weeks prior to the original takedown timeline. And this is very unusual for me because, you guys, I think I shared with you before, dreams have always been in my life a very easy way for me to connect and know what's going on. And so I've always astral traveled for years. I did as a child until I stopped willingly I wanted to stop when I was about 16 or 17 years old, because I never slept really. When you astral travel, I felt like I never had the type of sleep that other people had. And then I started consciously astral traveling again a few years ago. And dreams are always, I'm very aware of my dreams, very clear on what they mean. And that's why I share some of my dreams with you sometimes, because they're the equivalent of one of these sessions. I get downloads and I get training through these dreams. So, and I have actually 2 more dreams I'm going to share with you. They're really, really cool. So anyway, and so what's happened is that it was very strange. For weeks before the takedown, I had no dreams at all. That never happens. So this is the 25th explaining. Because she didn't want to know. There was nothing else she wanted to know. The dreams she has, she knows very well. They're the equivalent of these sessions, for example. She gets all kinds of information about where we're going, what it's going to look like, how it's going to feel, what's happening here. She gets intel dreams, and they were laughing all the time. And prior to, and she knows this, that just prior to the original takedown timeline, she didn't even have questions for a session anymore. She was done. And so she just wasn't interested in getting any more intel, any more downloads. That's why she didn't remember anything of all the travel that she did, because she's always traveling anyway. We all are. But she just didn't care. There was nothing that she needed confirmation for or an answer for. But then, of course, as the takedown hasn't happened when it was supposed to happen, she's been having dreams upon dreams every single night. They're always circling around the same themes. And again, I will share those with you, or a couple of those with you. Lorrayne, thank you. Okay, Claire would like to know what the story is with this one person. We'll call her Barbara. I think I might have mentioned her in a previous video. Barbara leaving the Telegram group. Is she going to New Earth or with the aliens? So I just wanted to know, the reason I asked this is Are the people getting the information they need? And this is really the confirmation I'm looking for. I don't have a problem with somebody not even watching this channel anymore, or not being in Telegram group. It's not even my group. It's just a group where we discuss things about what's going on around us. And so, but I wanted to know, I said, what is going on? So in general, what does it mean? When somebody leaves a group like this, does it mean they're rejecting? That's why I asked the question. And I want to share with you because, again, I think the answer is interesting. Me. So is Barbara going with the aliens? Where is she going to? And this was me asking myself. Yeah, so she's going with the aliens, actually. So she needed to know this information. She's going to come to New Earth eventually in this lifetime. And no, she was done. She got the information she needed. She also was very much in a saved by the bell mode. And she was very disappointed when that didn't happen. But she never took the 25th. She never took us as being inside of her. She always behaved as if the information was coming from the outside. And so she got to the point where she's like, well, I don't believe what they're saying anymore. You can hear these things and unhear them. These are seeds. These are clues you've left for yourself. And the reason you've done that is because you wanted to know. It doesn't matter how you take it, how you behave in terms of it at the end. What matters is that you know it, and she knows. And she also knows what she's doing because she's an ascended master like the rest of us. But it's just not time for her right now. And so she knew that she had other plans, and that's perfectly fine. She's good. She's okay. She's fine. But yeah, she's not going to New Earth right away. And so I thought this was very interesting because, again, we are always maneuvering so that we get to the point we want to get to. Again, all clues. And I thought it was a great answer from 25th. And I'm glad that this person is okay really at the end of the day. Lorrayne. And so there was another case, and many of us have gone through this disappointment when the timeline didn't happen. I was one of these people, so I completely understand. There is absolutely no judgment from me whatsoever. But I did have a person, a viewer, who was very angry about this. And so I asked about this. I said, okay, so what's going on here? Because the timeline is accelerated many times and we're all excited about it. But the one time we decide to slow down, all of a sudden, mayhem. And I know we're impatient. I know we're tired. Again, I had the same reaction. I was upset about it. So, but I want to know what's going on behind the scenes at the end of the day. Lorrayne. Claire would also like to know what the story is with, and we'll call this person Robert. Me. So Robert has had several issues, mental issues in this lifetime. This is how he's wanted to show up. This is what has allowed him to open. So it's all good. It's how his higher self has wanted to set him up. He's going to New Earth, but he's still very much married to consciously. Obviously, his higher self knows what's going on, but consciously he's very much married to certain ideas that are near and dear to his heart. Like, for example, the fact that he's special because it's his first time here. We're all from different places. We talked about this need to feel special, like we're from somewhere else. That's a better place. So we have nothing to do with this. Of course, we all have everything to do with this. We're maintaining this reality as we speak. But yeah, he's just going through, he's experiencing things the way that he wants to experience things, and he's just fine. He's going to be fine. But it was very interesting, his reaction to the takedown. He still does not want to take responsibility or become aware of the fact that he's creating his own reality. He's still hanging on, for example, to someone who told him something as if this person gave it to him and now it's his. He doesn't realize he set up this person to give this information. He went to this person to be given this information. And why does he want that information? Why does he feel the need to not be part of this? Why does he feel like he has to be different? Why does it feel, and we could go on and on and on. We all do this. This is not to say in any way to beat on him or to make it look like he's the only person doing this. We all do this. We all want something and we find it reflected in our reality. But then when it reflects back at us, when we get it, we stop there and we don't want to know why. Why it came to us a certain way, looking a certain way, or why we're giving it a certain meaning. That is the clue. It's a clue. It's not an end solution when we get these messages. It's a clue, but we stop. We don't ask, what does this clue mean? And so he's had a lot of challenges. So he does want to feel like he's different. because he is different in many ways. He's had a different life here than most people. And so he wants to feel that, no, what I'm seeing around me is not me. I don't belong here, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. With that thought, and not only he's a good person, he's doing, he's not doing anything dark, he's fine. He does have a lot of low vibrational behaviors, but he's aware. So he doesn't want to be a self-aware. But again, this information would have not shown up in his life if it wasn't open. So he's handling, he'll be fine. And not only, again, I was very happy to hear this, also because I do know that anybody who finds this channel clearly is either going to New Earth now, or it's going to go to New Earth later, or it's going to be spreading this, because we know these seeds don't get spread just by chance. So that's why I want to know what's happening when we have different reactions. I had to look into my own reaction when the takedown didn't happen. I realized I was in being saved by the bell mode, and I had to deal with that. And I know I wasn't the only one. So hopefully this answer resonates if you've gone through something like that. Lorraine, thank you. Okay. Claire would like to know if she's been a famous writer in what we would call a past life. Where is her writing ability coming from? Me. Yes, so she has. And oftentimes when we enjoy a gift, what we call a gift or a talent, we keep carrying it forward. So we might be a writer in many, many lifetimes because we enjoyed it. It was fun. It's like what we're talking about with this other person we talked about. He enjoys trading. So this might be something that he does, lifetime after lifetime. And where does her writing ability come from? It's just something that she chooses to remanifest in different incarnations because she enjoys it. She loves writing. She loves speaking. She loves communicating. It's what it is. And we said that she's going to keep doing it for a very long time. This is just something that she enjoys. Lorraine. So she'd also like to know, can we draw from our parallel past experiences to have a breakthrough, like coming up with a new musical tune from another one of ourselves who might be or might have been a musician, for example? Me. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there is no limitation. There are no walls between us and anything else. It's all energy. So we can draw from anybody. It doesn't even have to be us. We can draw from an alien on Andromeda. It's just out there. The information is out there. How are people going to learn about the 25th? We said it's just out there in the multiverse. They're going to literally grab it out of the ether. And they were laughing here. You don't have to say it was your past life. And again, not past life, but you don't have to say it was even yourself. You can just grab it. It's all available. We are infinite beings. You decided you're going to be Picasso. You can be Picasso. It is totally, everything is available to you. So yes, you can come up with a tune because you come up with a tune out of nowhere because it's there. It's hanging out in the ether. And you're like, oh, this would be fun. Or maybe you're traveling and you hear a tune you like and you bring it back. So it's all connected. We are all connected. Lorraine. Okay, Claire says she doesn't want to go out because of the heat. But is this just an excuse? Me. Yeah, and she knows too. Lorraine. Yeah, none of us want to go out. Too many NPCs. So weird. Me. It feels very uncomfortable for us because at a very basic level, it's not just that we don't get to have the conversations, but at a very basic level, the whole point for us is to have fun with each other, with our teammates and friends. I mean, if you think about it, our friends are gone. This is not fun for us. Our friends are gone. And some friends we won't see again because we don't want to infringe on their reality. Lorraine, we can feel it, me. Yeah, and while we pretend here that everything is well and fine, if we could see this in a 3D way, we would be grieving. I mean, basically, the vast majority of the people we know are gone. So yeah, we don't want to go out. We don't want to see anybody. Lorraine, so true. Thank you. Okay. And they're talking about another person, another acquaintance of mine, and they're saying this person freaked out about nothing. Claire thought this was strange. Is he gone as well? Me. Yeah, he's gone. Most people are gone. Most people are gone. You are lucky if you know a few people who are still here around you. We want to say this one more time. There are only 100 million essences, give or take, on the planet, on the entire planet right now. And we're spread all over the world. So the chance of you having any essences near you are very, very low, very slim. And this is why I'm sharing this, guys, because you might be running into weird situations with people. And you also might be feeling like what is going on at a conscious level. This is what's going on, unfortunately. Lorrayne, that is a strange concept to put your mind around. Me. It is a strange concept from a 3D perspective, but look at yourself. Look at how you feel about things and about going out and seeing certain people and talking to certain people. Isn't that strange how you don't feel the same way anymore about things? So you know what's going on. Yeah, you know what's going on. You might call it, you might give it another reason, but you know what's going on. You know something is strange with you. You know you're not acting normal. The question is, why are you not acting normal? And please do let me know below in the comments if this is happening to you, that you don't feel like going out anymore. I am a super social person. I need my time by myself too, but I mean, I'll go and do stuff. I mean, I've always been, you know, meeting friends, doing activities. I don't even want to go out. I basically joke about being in my lair, and I never leave my lair anymore unless I have to go take care of a chore or something. Lorrayne, because I don't want to engage. Me. Yeah, of course you don't, because you know what's going on. As intellectually strange as the concept might be, you know exactly what's going on. Lorrayne, okay. So Claire is asking about me. So Lorrayne could briefly smell her coffee for the first time on July 23rd. You said she would smell again closer to departure, as her higher self would no longer feel the need to focus on this reality and pretend it's real. Does this mean we're getting closer to leaving here? Me. So we are getting closer. We said that. We're kind of ready to go now. And we did say that it would last that long, that it wouldn't last that long, this entertainment. Again, we're just waiting for this one thing at this point, which does not have to take forever at all. And yes, Lorrayne has been asking to kind of be removed from a lot of the stuff and to just be able to breathe. And so our higher self is starting little by little to remove attention from certain things. So yeah, that's what you experience. And I think we're waiting for, if you've seen any of my other videos, is basically we're waiting for this thing to be recalled. Lorrayne, and I am grateful. Is there anything physical that will signal to us that we're really close to the takedown? Me. No, not really. Like you might have, for example, in Lorrayne's case, she will be able to breathe normally for a couple of days. But for some other people, you might not even have, maybe your symptoms might give you a little respite, but it's not like all of a sudden you're going to be symptom-free necessarily. It just depends on what your higher self, some of us, our higher self does not want to experience a different reality while we're here, even though we're done. And so it might not be obvious to you that your symptoms are so wildly different that we're moving on. So no, it's not necessarily a black and white thing where everybody's going to feel one way or the other. So I hope you enjoyed this video. The 25th always always surprises me with answers, and I'm just always learning no matter how many times I do this. So I hope this was value adding for you as well, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.